All right, I should be live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of the Miracle Party. We're back. Day 3, back in the usual spot. The celebrations that were happening yesterday they're not happening today. I don't know if that's a miracle, but it makes me feel good to be back in my usual spot. Welcome back. If you've been joining me every day this week, thank you for being here. And if it's your first day joining, I'm so happy that you're here. You can go back and watch day 1, where we talked about what a miracle is and kind of gave the foundation for what we're doing this week, which is kind of expanding and unpacking all of our ideas about miracles so that we can write more miracles into our lives and see more miracles in our everyday lives. And then yesterday was a couple of different writing prompts for continuing. What did we do yesterday? It seems like such a long time ago. Oh my gosh. Yeah, more and more ways of looking at miracles. And today I'm really excited to keep going and keep diving in and looking around. So a little bit of background on me. I'm Sarah. I'm a story coach. I have been helping people write their stories and tell their stories for a few years now. I love doing this work. I published this Rewrite Yourself 30-day writing journal prompt book for falling back in love with the art of writing by hand. And that's what we're doing this week. We're doing everything by hand. That's the encouragement anyway, to do that. And I've talked also a little bit about changing the brain using some principles of neuroplasticity, just playing with some of those ideas, being inspired by neuroplasticity. And I brushed upon that a little bit on Monday, on day 1. We're changing, expanding the ways that we think about miracles so that we can see them in our lives more, because who doesn't want to see more miracles? And one of the principles of neuroplasticity is repetition. So every day this week, we're returning to this idea of expanding our thoughts on miracles. Also, another principle of neuroplasticity is intensity. So one of the aspects of intensity is doing something more focused and maybe a little bit more difficult than typing, which is writing by hand and having a very pointed focus on our handwriting. And all of this neuroplasticity talk ties into a very special story that I'm very, very happy is going to come in tomorrow. A special speaker that I'm so excited to host tomorrow, but I'll just tease that out there for right now. If you're not already part of the Miracle Party, you can join using the link below. It's totally free. I send out little reminders. Sometimes the reminders have the wrong title in them. Thank you, Eva, for pointing that out. I had sent out a reminder this morning from Week of the Grief. So thank you for being here anyway, for folks who made it here. I put on these week-long writing inspiration, I don't know, what are they? Explorations, parties, writing prompt weeks. I put these on every couple of months just to inspire more folks to get into the writing. So you can join up into the Miracle Party. It's totally free, and you'll get some reminders. You'll also get resources, the videos, instant replays, and the downloads. Every day there's a little worksheet download that I send out, and if you're in, you'll get all that stuff. Also, there's a Miracle Party music list, a playlist that I put together, and I just added a new song today because I was so happy to hear the word miracle sprinkled into the song. So I added that one, and check out that list. So that's my intro today. I know I still sound really sick. I feel so much better. I am being restored to health, which is really, it is a wonder. And as I'm walking around in the world, realizing that there are so many things that are wondrous and astonishing if I can just stop to give it attention and to notice these things, and how much happier and lighter I feel when I'm open to seeing the astonishing, marvelous, wonderful things, things that make us smile, make us laugh. These are all ideas, concepts related to the word miracle. And yeah, I think that's my recap for the day. So let's jump right in. If you already have the download, cue that up for yourself. If not, here it is, screen sharing. We're starting today with a little lesson in a story starter. A story starter that I hear has been very popular over at Pixar. And I've used it with all kinds of folks, and I hope that you'll find it a really fun, easy structure for writing a story. So let's review it right now. If you look at your second page of the handout, the Pixar story starter. So it goes like this, and it's just one line, and then you're going to fill in the rest of it. So once upon a time there was, that's where you introduce your main character probably. Every day, one day, this is where something changes. Because of that, until finally. So these are the 6 stems that make up the story starter exercise. And we're going to use this to write a story about one of our miracles. And you can refer back to your list from Monday that you wrote out, or you can pick a new miracle that feels very alive for you today. This could be one that you're wanting to bring into existence, one that you want to see in your life, or it could be something that you have seen. Like yesterday, we recalled something beautiful and astonishing, and we really did a deep dive into that miracle. So it could be that, or it could be something that is new for you. It could even be something that you just witnessed this week. So take a moment. You can pause this if you're watching the replay and look over your list of miracles from Monday. And if you want to, you can intuitively let the most alive one, the miracle that you would most like to work on, let that one show itself to you. And when you have it, we'll be moving forward with the exercise. So we're going to use this story stem to write about this miracle that you've picked, but I have a twist. And if you were part of the miracle party last year, you might remember what this was. We're going to use our non-dominant hand to write this story. So what the heck? We're going to be really pushing ourselves extra difficult, extra focus. And this is going to really concentrate so much of our brain power on this. So yes, it is difficult. And people often say like, I can't do it, but you totally can. You are absolutely capable of doing this. Just holding the pen in your non-dominant hand, getting out the paper. And this is going to also force you to be very efficient with your words in this story. So you have the miracle picked out that you'd like to write. And I'm going to put the story stem back up on the screen. Using the pen in your non-dominant hand, we're going to take some time now to write this story. I'll keep time. Go. Okay, you can pause here if you need more time, or just take a moment to finish up. Don't feel bad if it looks like chicken scratch. Mine definitely does. So great. Okay, that is the story starter and our non-dominant handwriting exercise for today. The next one is returning to the ideas of neuroplasticity. One of the other concepts in changing the brain is transference, which is taking some skills and being able to use them in another area. And I'll stop share. So when I'm thinking about a concept and wanting to really expand the way that I think about it, sometimes I like to turn it inside out or look at the negatives or look at the negative space. What I mean by that is oftentimes when it comes to thinking about miracles and the things that we want to see, oftentimes those are like things that are coming into our lives, new things. It could be a new relationship or more prosperity at work or to get things or to have things that we want. But another type of miracle could be that something didn't happen or that something was taken that wound up being the right thing, or something wound up being, we were relieved of something, we were able to surrender something. So let's take a moment now to write another list. And this could be things that in our present day, in our present day life, things that we would like to give up, surrender. Could be a bad habit, could be a health condition, things that we would like to have taken from us. And another consideration here for the list would be looking back at things we might have wished for something to go a certain way and it didn't for some reason. And so it might not yet seem quite like a miracle, but I encourage you to write the list of things that didn't quite go the way that you would wish them to at the time. But now you can look back and see, yes, that's the way that it had to go. So this list is about things that we would like to surrender, give up, and also things that from the past that didn't work out, didn't go the way that we wished them to, but perhaps it's all for the best that way. So see if you can brainstorm up a whole page of that type of miracle now. Go. Okay, and take a moment to wrap that list up. So, this next writing exercise, I call it the lesson and the blessin'. So, when it comes to either something in the past that didn't work out the way that I wished it had, or looking at something right now that feels maybe it's stuck and I really want it to move, or there's something that I would really like to surrender and give up. Sometimes it can really help me turn things around by looking at what the lesson was or is and what the blessing was or could be. Example. So I worked I worked someplace where I really thought that there was a great alignment between my values and the organization. And then I came to realize that those values were maybe more like not very deep for the organization after all. And it, my values really were quite deep, and there wasn't an alignment there anymore. So I decided to leave, and it was painful. And I could continue to look at the pain and retell the story of the pain, or I could look at and write about the lesson and even try to see the blessing in that. The lesson, one of the lessons could be that it takes quite a bit of time to find out what the deep held values are of an organization or a person. So at first glance, the lesson is to maybe take more time and perhaps reserve judgment on values. And just because somebody prints something or says something doesn't necessarily mean that that's actually how they act or what they really believe. So it's a lesson for me in the end, something that I can take into my next relationship or next experience with an organization, and just really take time and ask more questions before jumping in. So as long as I've learned something, then there really is something there that was good, that it was all for the good. And what could the blessing be in this? I think of it this way, that experience really tested me in terms of getting to know what my values are. Like, I really believe in freedom of speech. I really deeply believe in that. And now I know that very deeply. And it can be an uncomfortable place to be sometimes, and to get tested at that. Freedom of thought and freedom of speech are very, very important to me. And I've built the work that I do as a coach around those values. I really want my clients to feel very safe being able to say and express and write and say what they need to say, and that I want to encourage them to do that no matter what. So if I hadn't had that experience, perhaps I wouldn't be so fervent in helping other people say the stories that they need to say and communicate what they need to communicate. So the blessing is that I got stronger in my conviction and in my values. So that's an example of looking at something that didn't quite go the way that I wanted it to, and how I can find the lesson and the blessing in there. So this might be easier to pick something that happened in the past, but it is also possible to preview or project forward into what the lesson and the blessing could be for giving something up, for surrendering something. So this is an exercise of looking at the opposite and transferring what we know about miracles. Is it possible to be delighted, to be astonished, to be in awe and in wonder of something that happened exactly the way that it needed to in order to give you a lesson and a blessing. So pick something from your list, whichever one is jumping out to you, circle it, pause the video if you need to, and do some writing on what that lesson and blessing might be. Go. And take a moment to wrap that up. Awesome. Great. Congratulations. Day 3. Thank you so much for being here. Really looking forward to tomorrow. I keep teasing it, but I'm very looking forward to a guest speaker who's going to share a really special, true miracle story. And until then, definitely consider joining up the Miracle Party. We have an open mic going on tomorrow night. That's Thursday, December 15th at 8 p.m. Pacific. And you can speak all of these miracles into reality and take them just a little bit closer to being real in your life, sharing them out loud with others. I love sharing our writing with each other. We get to do that here in the Rewrite Yourself community. So please do sign up for the Miracle Party, and then in there you'll get the link to join up for the open mic tomorrow night. I can't wait to see you there. And until I see you next time, tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, until then, right on.